Guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining very quickly about Russia because I actually have something to do in a little bit, but I'll be explaining this as quickly as I can. So here we go. Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you about the backstory behind the Russian invasion of Ukraine, why it's failing. I can't speak right now. Hope you enjoyed the video. So here we go. The backstory. The Soviet Union was a massive superpower that existed from 1922 to 1991, when it collapsed due to its state ideology, communism, becoming ineffective. Ukraine is part of the superpower, but declared independence on the 24th of August 1991. So basically, it's independent now. It used to be part of the Soviet Union, but it's independent. So Vladimir Putin, the infamous leader of Russia, has questioned the Ukrainian right to statehood. He's basically questioning the right of Ukraine as an independent country. So in 2021, a buildup of Russian troops in Ukraine and equipment began at the border of Ukraine and eventually trickled into neighboring Belarus under the pretense of special training exercises. So the buildup began in March of 2021. So Belarus is neutral right now, but it's a complicated situation. So while Belarus has been neutral in the war in Ukraine, it has indeed allowed Russian military to enter its country and build up the border of Ukraine, confirming Belarus's partnership with Russia. After an intense mounting escalation, Russia recognized the breakaway states of Luhansk and Donetsk on the 21st of February 2022. Can't speak right now, I don't know why. Basically, Donetsk and Luhansk are called oblasts in Ukraine. So in 2014, they broke away in a series of protests called the Euromaidan protests. And Russia annexed Crimea, which is this little peninsula down here. And that's the Donbass. In green. Why aren't you focusing? There we go. That evening, Putin ordered a peacekeeping operation in both states. Russian troops advanced into the Donbass region shortly afterward, causing the Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky to call on reserves to the military. The final intense moments. On February 22nd, 2022, Ukraine declared a 30-day state of emergency as it was becoming more likely that invasion was imminent in the next few days. Everyone expected Ukraine to capitulate to Russia in a week because Russia had the 5th largest army in the world. February 23rd, the eve of the actual invasion, Zelensky emotionally appealed to the Russian people, asking them to prevent war, that Ukraine had no intentions of attacking the Donbass region. However, Putin called a special meeting with the Security Council and announced the beginning of military operations in Ukraine. This is the moment the war officially kicked off. The invasion. The early morning hours of February 24th, 2022, shortly before 5 a.m. local time in Russia, Vladimir Putin announced a special military operation in Ukraine. Technically, he effectively declared war on Ukraine. Shortly after the speech, missile strikes were poured throughout Ukraine and troops soon poured into the country. This marked phase 1 of the Ukraine war, and it soon turned completely against Putin. Why? Let's find out. These are pictures of the war, by the way. Why phase 1 failed. The thing Putin expected was for Russian troops to swing into Ukraine, the Ukrainian people waving flags and cheering at the Russian soldiers who were liberating them from an oppressive government. That was all in Putin's deranged mind. In reality, it was completely different. As I mentioned yesterday, when you invade a nation, the people tend to fight back. It's like a home invasion. If robbers enter your house, you're going to fight them off your property. Ukraine doesn't want land in Russia. They're determined to get Russian soldiers off their land. Why the phase 1 failed part 2. The second reason is because of how disorganized the Russian military is. It isn't very drawn out like the American military with sergeants and different units and all that. It's basically just a bunch of people responding to Putin. And some soldiers don't want to even be in Ukraine. You heard me. Yeah, you heard me right. Russian soldiers have actually deserted their posts in Ukraine because this isn't what they wanted. They actually feel terrible about this invasion as much as we do. They're being forced to fight by Putin and his authoritarian government. Kiev. Kiev is the biggest target for Russia. It's the capital of Ukraine, and thus the key of conquering the nation. However, Ukraine put up an even bigger fight than Russia expected, which It's expected to be taken in just a few days and end up in Russia, drawing from northern Ukraine by May of 2022, 3 days after the attack on Kiev. The reason is because of the guerrilla tactics the Ukrainian army was using. Basically, they're ambushing and destroying Russian equipment like tanks and blowing up bridges to prevent Russia from entering their capital. This is Kiev. The current phase. Phase 2 is certainly an interesting one. Southern campaign in Ukraine, and so far, Russia has managed to take out the entirety of the Donetsk and Oblast from Ukraine, as well as Mariupol, an important city in Ukraine. However, Mariupol took 3 months to capture until finally on May 16th, when the city finally fell after a long and brutal siege. Mariupol is an example to the west of the current struggle of Ukraine against the Russian invaders. So the conclusion. Basically, Russia can't keep this up forever. At some point, they're either going to have a full-scale war on Ukraine, which is the worst-case scenario, which I'll touch on in a future video, or they have to withdraw from Ukraine, which I, again, will touch on in a future video. The Russian economy is suffering dramatically from the war because of sanctions and all that stuff. And while Putin has managed to stabilize it, only time will tell how long that will last. And with the current protests in Russia still underway, who knows how much longer, Putin's regime will continue. It's contain, because I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to type. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Should have subscribed to the channel. And yeah, I'm going to be touching on this issue in a few more videos. But for the meantime, sure to leave a like and leave a comment if you want to, ask about Ukraine at all, because I can probably answer your questions. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.